Hello! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marwa. My channel is all about self-development and becoming the best version of yourself. So if that's the journey that you're on, hit that subscribe button. So as you guys can tell, the background is different because I have moved. I have moved from my 450 square foot apartment to a new place that I'm so excited to grow and create here. Just stay tuned for all the house content that's coming because there will be some. But this is today's topic of conversation, which is your environment. So environment isn't just your house or where you live. It is everything around you. People, your job environment, everything where you are placed. You can use the example of, let's say you are on a weight loss journey and your partner always wants to eat out, always wants to get fast food. That is going to impact your journey. And because they're your partner and those people-pleasing tendencies that come up, you are going to end up succumbing to your partner. And so that is just an example of somebody who is in your environment. Let's take your physical environment. Now, in my old place, I didn't get a lot of natural light, and that destroyed my mental health. Like all of 2025, so honest, I don't think there was a day that I can honestly remember and I can be like, that was a 10 out of 10 mental health day. Most was ever like a 7. And I also share this because when you work from home, you sleep from home, you live at home, you do need separation. Whether it's a wall, whether it's a room, whether it's a corner, something that you can actually separate your work from your life. And in my old place, I couldn't do that. I worked where I slept, I worked where I relaxed, I worked everywhere. And so I never had any separation. And because I have these big goals for my online coaching business and for my life, I needed space to create. And when I was picking a place where I wanted to move into next, the whole purpose of it was I need to be somewhere where I can create and feel inspired. And that's the whole note of where I decided to move to, because I am someone who is deeply impacted by my environment. And if I'm living somewhere that's small and dark and just doesn't serve me, I'm not going to be able to live to my fullest potential. I'm not going to be able to thrive at my best. And I can take that, again, that same premise in my environment to the people around me. If the people around me are not working on thriving and are not working on becoming their best self, that will be a downpour effect on me. Because I am a true believer that you are who you surround yourself with. You are your environment. If your environment is messy, you're going to be messy. If your home is always cluttered and always messy and there's things everywhere all the time, that is going to be such a cloud in your thoughts and a cloud on your creativity because there's no clarity. There is literally a lack of clarity because what around you is messy. And if what around you is messy, your mind will be messy. There's not going to be any quiet. For me, I made the decision this year where I said, I wanted to get a nice car this year. That was like my big goal for 2026. I was like, I'm going to get a nicer car this year. I ended up making the decision where I was like, you know what? My home and where I live is actually so much more important to me than a nice car. This is where I'm going to spend 90% of my time. If I'm not at the gym, if I'm not training clients, I'm at home working, creating, building. And I needed my environment to empower that and support that. And so I share this with you because I also want you to reflect on these questions. Does your environment support you? Does your environment make you feel empowered? Does your environment give you the space to become the best version of yourself? Do you feel creative at home? Do you feel creative in the spaces that you enter? Because if you don't, then you do need to assess your environment. You do need to assess what are the changes I can make to live in a space or to just be and exist in a space where I feel inspired. Because having brain fog all the time is not normal and it's not okay. Feeling confused all the time is not normal and not okay. And we have free will in our life to make changes and to do things that help us feel empowered and more supported. So you need to ask yourself, are the environments that you're in allowing you to do that? If you decide that you want to get really healthy, and 2026 is the year that you become so healthy, so snatched, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually on lock, and the people around you do not give you that space and do not support you, is that the environment you want to be in? Because environment is not just where you live, it's everything around you and what you surround yourself with. So ask yourself, does my environment support me? And if the answer is no, then you need to start making changes for your environment to become more supportive for you. And so for me, it was moving into a place where I could feel inspired. I look so forward to everything that 2026 has to bring, because now I'm in a space where I can stretch my arms and I can stretch my hands, and there's so much to do, and I can just open. Where when my space was small, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was suffocated all the time, truthfully. And I made that decision when I moved in there out of scarcity and out of lack, not out of abundance. It was not it. I thought I did it because it would be a smart business decision because I wanted to invest more into my business. But forgetting that where I live, first of all, I film from home, I film content from, so my background, everything you see, that's a part of it. My home is where I work most of the time. It's where I edit my content. It's where I do client programmings. It's where I do client check-ins. It's where I do my client calls, where I'm checking in with my clients on their nutrition. I'm asking them about their environment. I'm asking them about their mental health. And internally, I'm going, mine is struggling. And I'm in this situation right now where I feel like I can't control it, when in reality, I could have controlled it. And so when you look at your environment, it is such a massive, massive detriment and impact on your mental health and overall well-being as a human. So I leave you with this, and I leave you with this question, and I want you to sit with it and think about it. Does your environment support your growth? Does your environment empower you? And do you feel like you can thrive in the environment that you're in? Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys next Sunday.